What's up guys, it's Tommy here and Liverpool are working on signing the next Virgil van Dijk, the big Huijsen transfer prospect who is also a fantastic talent. He's playing for Bournemouth and yes, Bournemouth are in a little bit of a slump. They only have 1 point in their last 5 games, but Liverpool are aiming to secure Huijsen's transfer this summer. The centre-back is wanted by Liverpool and he is of Dutch heritage, but he opted to choose Spain because I think he's half Spanish. And Real Madrid are also monitoring the centre-half, and Miguel Delaney, who is a very reliable journalist, is reporting that Chelsea and Liverpool are working towards the signing of Huijsen, and Bournemouth are bracing for bids for many of their players. It doesn't look like Bournemouth will make the Champions League or even the Europa League. It looks like they will maximum make the Conference League, if that. So Bournemouth will sell some of their major players. So in this video we will look at the latest reports linking Huijsen to Liverpool, and also we will look at what Arne Slot said about the PGMOL apologizing for not giving a red card to Tarkowski for that horrendous horror tackle on McAllister, and also when exactly is Liverpool the most likely to win the Premier League title during the season. Is it away at Leicester, at home to Tottenham, or away to Chelsea, or at home to Arsenal? This is very exciting, so we will talk about that as well. So Liverpool are both aiming to secure the signing of Huijsen, who has a £50 million release clause, but Real Madrid are also monitoring the centre-back, especially after he made his debut for the Spanish national team. His stock is rising rapidly, and Liverpool's situation may drastically change if Salah and Van Dijk don't sign their new contracts, but it looks like they will. At the moment it's not certain yet. Real Madrid nevertheless feel they have considerable sway if it comes to it, given how they have refashioned themselves into the most powerful side in the world. It's hard to argue about that because Real Madrid keep signing these world-class players, some of them for free transfers. I mean, it's ridiculous that they already got Alaba, Rudiger and Mbappe on free transfers, and they could get Trent Alexander-Arnold as a free transfer as well. And Huijsen actually made his debut for the Spanish national team in that thrilling quarterfinal against the Netherlands, which resulted in a 5-5 aggregate score, and Spain went through on penalties. But some of the Dutch crowd actually booed Huijsen because he is of Dutch heritage. So he could have chosen the Dutch national team, but he opted for the Spanish national team instead. And Liverpool's interest has been reported by Mark Douglas previously, and David Ornstein has been less certain on a potential deal. So I wanted to include this update as well because I want to give you guys the full picture on this transfer story. And David Ornstein wrote that he's not sure if Liverpool are pursuing Huijsen. He would need to make more checks on the matter, and Liverpool need to sell one of their centre-backs to make room for Huijsen, of course. But Joe Gomez, it looks like, will miss around 26 games this season, which is like half the season, so it looks like he will be sold. And Jero Kwanzaa is going to stay, but there are question marks about the futures of Van Dijk and Konate. Konate only has 1 year left on his contract, and we already talked about Jero Kwanzaa yesterday, that Newcastle are targeting him, but Liverpool rejected so far the offers. Of course, replacing Kwanzaa with Huijsen would be an attractive proposition. I would rather replace Joe Gomez with Huijsen and keep Kwanzaa around, and I would also extend the contracts of Van Dijk and Salah, and then hopefully that convinces Konate to extend his contract as well. And Huijsen is very confident on the ball. He reads the game well, and he is a player that you could suit Liverpool's style, and he has bags of potential. He's only 19 years old and he's already good enough to play for one of the Champions League clubs for sure. And the Independent reports that Bournemouth are expecting interest in the young prodigy Huijsen. Chelsea and Liverpool have been working on deals to bring Huijsen in. Liverpool have already started some early talks over possibly signing Kerkez, and the Independent today linked Huijsen as a target for Liverpool. And the Spanish outlet is reporting that Real Madrid are interested in both players actually. And can Real Madrid just leave any of the Liverpool targets alone? Because Jude Bellingham was wanted by Liverpool for years and Real Madrid got him. Trent Alexander, it looks like, could go to Real Madrid. They got Tchouaméni as well. Instead of him going to Liverpool, he went to Real Madrid as well. If Liverpool don't get Huijsen and Kerkez because they both get to go to Real Madrid, that would be a horrendous summer transfer window, because Real Madrid would also get Trent Alexander. But some experts are also touting Huijsen as a Van Dijk replacement. If Van Dijk leaves, then Liverpool definitely need at least one centre-back, maybe even two, because Gomez is not a long-term option, it looks like, because of his injury problems. You know, if he misses half a season, it's like Liverpool have 3 centre-backs. So Kerkez, it makes sense to be an urgent priority, because the left-back position was the weakest for Liverpool. So it will be interesting to see if these players end up favouring approaches from Liverpool or Real Madrid. But of course the big question is, if you go to Real Madrid right now, how much would you play? Huijsen, would he play ahead of Rudiger or Militao? I don't think so. And Kerkez, would he play ahead of Mendy? I mean, there is an argument there, but Huijsen wouldn't get a lot of playing time at Real Madrid, but the sway of Real Madrid is very hard to tear down. Bayern Munich also are currently in negotiations with Upamecano over a new contract, and there are still a few details to be clarified. Of course, the biggest one, will Upamecano have an exit clause? That's what the Christian Falk is reporting in the Bild newspaper. Bayern would like to keep Upamecano, however the club is also looking for alternatives. Eric Dyer is set to receive a new contract until 2026. But new defenders are also being monitored by Bayern Munich. So not just Liverpool, Chelsea, Real Madrid, but even Bayern Munich are monitoring Dean Huijsen. He is on the shortlist for Bayern Munich. The central defender has a contract until 2030. But he has a release clause of 60 million euros, that's 50 million pounds. So even Christian Falk is mentioning Dean Huijsen as a player of interest for many clubs. And Dean Huijsen said, "It's an honor when you hear about Real Madrid's interest, but I'm proud to have such a big club interested in me. My idol is Sergio Ramos. He's a reference. For me, he's the best centre-back in history. He has everything. He's a legend." And of course, Dean Huijsen was growing up with Sergio Ramos being at the peak of his career, winning Champions League after Champions League with Real Madrid. So it makes sense that Dean Huijsen's idol is Sergio Ramos. But today's centre-backs growing up could have Van Dijk as their idol, because right now I think Van Dijk is the best centre-back in the world, even though he made a couple of errors of judgment, a couple of mistakes against Everton. Thankfully, those mistakes didn't result in a goal. Liverpool got lucky that Beto's shot hit the post, and thankfully Liverpool grinded out a 1-0 win, and that was exactly what Liverpool needed in the title race, just to calm the nerves around, get Liverpool back to winning ways. And talking about the Everton game, Arneslot said, "It's good that the PGMO have acknowledged that James Tarkowski should have been sent off. There is no use the referees, if the referees are absolutely idiots, useless, blind, or just corrupt, that the PGMO keep apologizing." Have you ever seen a refereeing organization make as many apologies as the PGMOL? In any other line of job, if you made this many mistakes while working in a public setting, you would get fired, because you would bring so much shame to the organization that employs you. Like, the referees keep making these horrendous mistakes which are seen by tens of millions of people watching the Premier League around the world, and yet the PGMOL doesn't sack any of the referees. You have to do a line of cocaine, and you have to be involved in corruption scandals like David Coote to get sacked by the PGMOL. If you are just horrible, incompetent, awful at your job, you can keep your job for as long as you like. That's absolutely mind-blowing to me. I'm sorry for again going on a rant about the referees, but there is no other organization which is so public like the English referees. and they keep making such a horrendously bad job, and yet they don't get sacked, they don't get fired. I mean, even Man United and Everton fans and Arsenal fans said that it's a Stonewall red card. I don't know what else to add. Arne Slot said, it's always good if they think they have made a mistake, that they acknowledge that. We all know that mistakes are being made in a football match by us, by me, by referees, and it's good that they acknowledge the mistake. But I think it was so clear that so many pundits that are not Liverpool fans, all of them were clear about it as well. I think it's quite an okay season for the referees in England. Mistakes are being made, but the most important thing is that it doesn't influence the league table. The only answer is that at the end of the season, if we see the table and feel if it has influenced. But it's normal that it does, because mistakes are part of our lives, and also from the referees. Thankfully, Liverpool have been just too good to be influenced by referees. It wasn't, last season wasn't the case. Last season, Liverpool got so many blatant corrupt decisions against them that it influenced the league table in the end, because Liverpool lost like 8 to 10 points during the season because of refereeing mistakes, and probably Man City gained a few points because of refereeing mistakes, so the league table could have been a lot different. And Arne Slot also said that Liverpool are not thinking about how early they could win the Premier League title. They just need 4 more wins to secure the title. We felt yesterday how hard it is to win a Premier League game. I think David Moyes deserves a lot of credit for how his team was lined up, how difficult they made it for us. It's nice for us that we beat them, because we know how hard it is. That also tells you that with 8 games to go, it's every time a challenge. Starting Sunday against Fulham, who are having a very good season as well. We are not working on theories about how many points we are taking the challenge of Fulham on for Sunday, where we have to be at our best again to get a result. We have played 30 games now. Maybe there were 3 or 4 where the score was so clear that in the last 20 minutes it wasn't a problem anymore. Almost all of the other games have been really tight. That probably tells you as well how big of an accomplishment it is that we are 12 points clear at the moment and doing so well. It's not like the team that won the league the last 4 times, Man City, where so many times with 20 minutes to go they were 3-0 up, 4-0 up. That's not our season. That's why I have to give so much credit to our players, because if you every time have to fight with a 1-goal lead or you were 1 goal down, that's probably even harder than being 3-0 up at half time. Paul Merson said, you want to try and make a case for Arsenal to liven it up, but Liverpool have got to lose half of their football matches with Arsenal winning every single game, and they haven't lost more than 1 game all season. The title race is over for me. It will be the biggest collapse in football, in the history of football, if Liverpool lost it from here. Complete and utter, collapse. You've got to put it into perspective. Liverpool have lost 1 game all season out of 30. And here is the odds of when exactly Liverpool can win the Premier League title. The most likely scenario is that we win it at home against Tottenham. That's 36%. But I really, really want that to happen, because it would be the most special for Anfield, for the Liverpool fans, to celebrate the Premier League title inside the stadium. That would be the most special. Leicester away is the earliest. If Liverpool win every game and Arsenal drop points in one of their next 3 games, then Liverpool can even win it at Leicester away. But either Tottenham at home, Chelsea away, or Arsenal at home, all 3 of those games would be special to win it. To win it against Tottenham would be special because it's at Anfield. To win it against Chelsea would be special because it's against the top 6 club. And winning the league at Stamford Bridge would be really, really special. And winning it against Arsenal at Anfield would be extra special, because Arsenal are our closest title rivals and we could rub their noses in it. And Arsenal have a 0.5% chance of winning the Premier League title. So Liverpool are now 95.5% favourites, 99.5% favourites to win the title. And even if Arsenal win their next 3 games, it would be 1 against Tottenham if we win the next 4. Hopefully Tottenham fans would celebrate at the final whistle of Liverpool winning the title against Arsenal. I think it would be over if Liverpool get 85 points, because yes, Arsenal can get 85 points as well, but they are not overturning a 13 goal difference because Arsenal are not scoring like 4 goals every game, 5 goals every game without conceding. And even though some pundits wanted to belittle Liverpool's achievements this season, saying that they were in the hunt for the treble, with the mini treble, with the League Cup, the Champions League and the Premier League, now that they are only in the Premier League, that it would be only the Premier League title. What absolute nonsense. Van Dijk even challenged Michael Owen in a post-match interview when Michael Owen asked about it, that isn't it less special? Because it looked like it was going to be a really, really special season, winning the League Cup and potentially winning the Champions League as well as winning the Premier League. So now it's like only the Premier League, but still, that's still a very, very special season. Don't forget, Arne Slot has his first season outside of Dutch football. This is his first season in English football with almost no signings, no money spent, and Liverpool are absolutely demolishing the Premier League and cruising to the Premier League title. So this should be celebrated as a very, very special achievement. And yes, these recent weeks were dangerous in terms of killing Liverpool's momentum. The cup final defeat was really deflating. Going out on penalties to Paris Saint-Germain was really deflating. All the things added up to being potential momentum killers. But outside the Liverpool bubble of support, people tend to fall into 2 categories. Which one wanting to feel better about themselves and their misfiring football club, and they want to make excuses. Arsenal are blaming injuries and referees destroying Arsenal's season instead of just admitting that they are not good enough. And Man United and Tottenham fans can say absolutely nothing because they are in the bottom half of the table. Man United are 13th and Tottenham are 14th. They are having their worst seasons in like 20 years or 15 years. And Chelsea, in spite of spending £1.5 billion, they are still a big working prospect. And they look nowhere near title challengers. And also Man City have fallen off a cliff. And hopefully they will get relegated and get a huge points deduction. And Liverpool have had 2 of the best championship winning seasons in 78-79 and 87-88, where it was only the league title. It was only the league title when Liverpool won the league title with 99 points, breaking the 30-year curse of winning the title finally after a 30-year wait. I've been personally waiting for Liverpool to winning the title 19 years. I started supporting in 2001 when Liverpool won 5 trophies in 1 year, and the Anfield crowd mesmerized me at the UEFA Cup final with their flags and songs and banners, and just the whole atmosphere was absolutely mesmerizing. It captured my heart, and I've been a Liverpool fan ever since. And every other English football club would instantly swap positions with Liverpool. Even Newcastle would instantly swap positions with Liverpool, because the Premier League title is the one title that every club wants to win. So Anfield is going to party heavy over just winning the title. And what I also found it interesting, I read it on this Reddit Liverpool forum, that Liverpool's season this season is the exact same after 30 games than the 2018-19 season, when Liverpool finished on 97 points. Liverpool finished on 97 points in the 2019 season and still haven't won the title, because Man City also went on a crazy winning run at the end of the season. And it's really, really fantastic that and it shows that Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool should have won 3 Premier League titles, because Liverpool are 12 points clear right now. In this season, Liverpool were second to Man City, because Man City got to 98 points. And if Liverpool win every game remaining, then we will finish again on 97 points. But even finishing on like 85 points will be enough to win the Premier League title, in my opinion. So long may it continue. I'm really, really enjoying this season, no matter what the pundits say. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. Have a nice day. See you later. Goodbye.